Hi, my name is Anna Dolopo. I'm a licensed acupuncturist, and the name of my practice is Elements in Harmony Acupuncture and Chinese Herbs, located in beautiful Laguna Hills in California. I'm going to share with you some testimonials today regarding the immune system. It's April 2nd, and there are a lot of health issues going on with people's compromised immune systems, and I just thought I'd take the opportunity to share with you some of the miracles that happen in my healing center, especially when it comes to the immune system. So the first testimonial goes like this: I am a firm believer of acupuncture, yet I didn't realize how powerful it can be. 2 weeks ago, I started having a scratchy throat and congested sinus. With the cold flu season starting and all the news about H1N1, I was worried about getting sick. I got an appointment with Anna and asked her to boost my immune system and to just make me feel good. She did just that. 2 or 3 days after my appointment, I noticed all my cold and flu symptoms were gone. Wow, thank you, Anne. And so that was written in 2009 in the fall, due to all um, the issues going on with the H1N1 virus going on. And so I'm very pleased that this patient was able to receive a strong boost of her immune system, and she was able to get on with her life. The next one is written by GM. He's being anonymous, and so he's actually an acupuncturist in San Clemente, and he wanted to write this testimonial for me. Anna, thank you so much for making the extra effort to see me yesterday. It did make a big difference with the herbs and the acupuncture. I started to feel human again last night around 5 or 6 p.m. Elijah, who happens to be his son, asked me why I didn't go to the doctor, and I told him I did go to my doctor. Her name is Anna, and she's Jilly's mom. So thanks again, Doc. So I'm very grateful to my colleague who was able to receive an acupuncture treatment from me and receive some herbs and get on with his life as well. I have a particular belief system, which is when a person gets a cold, 2 days is too long. No one in my healing center ever sees me sick, and if they do, it probably doesn't, they wouldn't really know that I was, because when I should ever, and it's very rare, have a compromised immune system, I usually beat it within 2 or 3 hours. And that's because I treat myself and I give myself maybe anywhere between 2 to 5 formulas within 2 days. And that's because I'm really aggressive with it. The symptoms may change quickly, but usually within 2 days, I am completely well. So it'll be very rare if you ever catch me with a compromised immune system, but that is my rule of thumb for my own particular health and that of my family's. The next testimonial is by Deb. Thanks for having me over yesterday for herbs, tea, and delicious lemon cake. You're so much more than an acupuncturist because of times like these. Inviting me and my dog in for an herbal consultation, a nice cup of mint tea, and just plain good old conversation. And when I find myself sick, which we both know happens quite a bit because of my terrible immune system and too many crazy nights out, you are there for me in every way. Of course, there's the usual acupuncture treatment that kicks in within a day, and there's the herbs that cover that when acupuncture couldn't. But beyond that, there's your support. I certainly don't know many other health professionals that would take such good care of me when I'm ill. But then again, I wouldn't just consider you a health professional. I would consider you a friend. You're fabulous. So thanks, Deb, for that great testimonial. I wanted to share that one because, a lot of times my patients end up becoming someone who sees me quite a bit. And this particular person has been with me since 2007, and we've helped her graduate from many, many health issues. And I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of her commitment towards her health. And when it comes to the immune system especially, a lot of times people don't realize that our immune system is the first line of defense. And if we can tackle that problem, then many other health issues will go away eventually. It does take time. Earlier I described how I believe that 2 days is too long to be sick. It wasn't always like that for me. My immune system was usually compromised growing up. I did grow up with an ear, nose, throat specialist. I had asthma as a child and had breathing disorders growing up into my late teenage, early 20s, late teenage years into my early 20s. And so Chinese medicine, since I was 20 years old, I've been involved with Chinese medicine, and my life has changed dramatically. And there was 1 month, actually a month and a half to close to 2 months after I graduated, and I was already practicing, and I was working in 2 community medical clinics, and I wasn't practicing what I preach, which is taking herbs and doing acupuncture. And I had gotten very, very ill, to the point that I ended up having to go to urgent care and getting 2 shots of antibiotics in the buttocks, and because I just couldn't take the antibiotics. I couldn't swallow my saliva. I couldn't sleep, except for sitting up or laying down. I had a horrible throat issue. They diagnosed me as laryngitis, but they honestly thought that I might have had strep throat, which the culture didn't prove to be strep throat, but the doctor went back and forth between pharyngitis, laryngitis, whatever itis it was. It was not a fun situation because I couldn't eat for 2 months and I couldn't really breathe. And I was just a mess. And so since then, and that was since 2000, I really focused on my health. So many changes happened with my health in a positive way since 1994. But since 2000, I have really worked on strengthening my immune system so that what I experience is what I would experience is what I have now, which is an extremely strong immune system. And here's my next testimonial. Hi Anna, you have treated me a great deal for stress, so I did some research and realized the only reason I'm healthy at all today and not blown over by every cold or flu that walks in the door of my office is because of acupuncture. So I wrote this up for you from wikipedia.org. In 1967, psychiatrists Thomas Holmes and Richard Rahe, I think that's how you pronounce his name, examined the medical records of over 5,000 medical patients as a way to determine whether stressful events might cause illnesses. Patients were asked to tally a list of 43 life events based on a relative score. A positive zero point 0.1 correlation was found between their life events and their illnesses. Their results were published as the Social Readjustment Rating Scale, also known as SRRS, known more commonly as the Holmes and Rahe stress scale. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. I should have looked it up first. I get it could either be Ray or Rahe, but it's spelled R-A-H-E. Subsequent validation has supported the links between stress and illness. Stress levels. Score of 300 or plus means that this person's at risk of illness. Score of 150 to 299. Risk of illness is moderate, reduced by 30% from the above risk. Score 150 or under 150, only have a slight risk of illness. If you have ever taken a Holmes and Ray test scale, you would know that some rating over 300 is considered very dangerous. Well, life has a way of sometimes coming up on you, and your stress can hit levels that high, as mine have in the past year. In the past year, I experienced the following: purchasing my first home, paying my first mortgage, experiencing turbulent market conditions such as coworkers lost their jobs, variation of my job responsibilities, watched several industries crash causing a global economic downturn, enjoyed a short vacation before buying the home, spent time with family and friends enjoying Christmas. Yes, even Christmas can be stressful. She put that down there. Change in the health of family members, improved my eating and sleeping habits, which is a good thing. And well, the list could go on, but the point is that according to all the experts, I was a stress mess, waiting for the slightest cold or fly bug to fly in and make me dreadfully ill. Instead of succumbing to the stress of personal, family, and work, Anna treated me for stress, and today, as I am still amazed at everything that happened in the last 6 months, let alone the past year, I am sleeping well and eating healthily. If it was not for acupuncture, I know this would not be the case.